Hi, João. I'm David Anderson. You know that.
Yeah, and,
This
and
is
I'm
the
João.
this is our
Fourth
fifth
or fifth episode, I'm not sure.
episode. Yeah, in which and it's the fifth episode in which we're going to continue talking about the Timex Sinclair 1500.
I think we can rename the show. We can call it the
The
Timex
Timex
Sinclair 1500
can
connection,
yes.
and that's it. And then in another season, we change the title.
Well, it's a rich mine. We just got to keep following that vein until we run out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll have years ahead of us enough to go through everything, but let's see. Let's see, one at a time, and let's see
Yeah.
where it takes us. So we have here the short list of documentation on the 1500. So last episode we went through the things from March.
Yeah.
They were not so many. Now in April we have I don't know 20 or something documents. So let's go and see what we find here.
Those,
Okay, so we have a telex.
yeah.
And they wanted Pedro Esteves, the production director, to know about it. The telex was sent to Tony Gomes and with knowledge of Álvaro Oliveira. It was sent by Lou Gailey to DeVito, and these names Nathan,
Mm-hmm.
and these two other names.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so this is where I think the thing about so it's when they are trying to finalize the tests on the FCC.
Yeah.
And so they keep having machines coming and going from Portugal, and there were some difficulties to get the machines and submit them to the tests. And I think this documentation should be mostly about it, but I haven't checked it in
And
advance.
this is probably when they were evaluating the different kinds of RFI shielding, the
Yeah,
silvery one and the dark gray
yeah,
one.
and probably even with the different versions of the 1500 they were considering, because it's not
Right,
clear to me if the decision was made already. I don't
right.
think we only saw something saying, okay, they came up with this idea, seems nice, but I don't think there was anything saying, okay, we are going to choose this or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know if we'll find that. Okay, so this one is so they did some tests on 1500 prototype from Portugal yesterday. This is from 29th of April, end of April.
Yeah.
The unit does not comply with FCC Class B specification, fails at several points. Remind me, when was the
When did this
official
go into?
launch? Mid-May, right?
Yeah.
17th of May or something like that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we are 3 weeks from there. Okay, it fails at several points. Fred Eileen of Jack Isaac organization is analyzing the failure modes in detail and will be in contact with Álvaro Oliveira when his analysis is complete.
Yeah. So they would have
Okay,
hired a third party to do the testing.
yeah,
That sounds like the Jack Isaacs organization.
yeah. Have you heard about this name before?
No, no, but
Okay,
there's plenty of that sort of thing going
okay.
on at the
Yeah,
time.
some
Still,
consulting.
yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
very well. Let's move now.
Oh, hey,
And
look at that.
written beginning of April to John Howard.
Dan
Is it a
Yoder?
friend? Then Yoder and Tom Belpasso.
Yeah.
Subject: cost reduction of TS1000 and TS1500.
Yeah.
Who signs this? Is it Álvaro Oliveira because we have it, or what? No, we don't have any signature. Then it goes on.
Oh,
I'll go back, obviously. Meeting on 16/12. Not sure what this is. Per chart. Parts list, December 82. I think we have mixed stuff here.
it looks like Kim Paternoster's handwriting.
Paternoster's? Okay. Well, again, this is
Well, I think at the top it said who,
yeah, there's plenty of things mixed here.
yeah.
It talks about the 1500, but then there's other things. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah.
Back to the beginning. Okay, so first part, some handwritten. Studying the schematic for 1500, one approach to cost reduction seems very promising. That approach is to combine the gate array, ROM, and TTL buffer into one chip.
Well, you know what? This is January 4th. This is not April. That's an American date.
Yeah, it's American date.
Okay, now it makes
4th
sense.
of January. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
it's before when they were thinking about this.
We're jumping back in time.
Yeah. There are several reasons why this makes sense. The ROM pinout, what I find strange is that they call it gate array already. They don't call it as, they don't, so there was a gate array already, and they wanted to combine the gate array, the ROM, and the TTL buffer. They never did this. The ROM was always a separate
chip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because
So they never
that
did
would have
this.
added some additional challenges because you have
Yeah.
two devices in flux.
Yeah. So the ROM pinout is a subset of the gate array pinout. Thus, the new chip could fit in the same package with the same pinout as the existing gate array.
Okay.
So in January, we already had the gate array. 64K of ROM technology is available from most semiconductor houses, making something sourcing easier. Second sourcing, okay.
Yeah.
The resultant die size below 25% greater than the ROM itself. We would be taking a 50 cents TTL part, a $3 ROM, and a $5.5 gate array, and combining them into a single IC. The gate array price can be broken into the following areas. Price, yes. Packaging, margins, scribe, bread inspect, silicon test.
Yeah.
So this is the split of the 5.5.
Yeah.
Because of where a 64K ROM lies on the defect density curves, it would be reasonable to expect a 34 to 45% increase in silicon costs
for 25%
for a 25% increase in something. Area.
Yeah.
Packaging, scribe, bread, and
I think that's break, maybe?
break?
Maybe.
Break and inspect. Break. Yeah, probably. Break, inspect. Scribe, break, inspect.
I wonder what scribe.
I don't know what it is.
Maybe scribe, but I'm
Scribe,
not sure what the meaning of that is in that context. Strange.
I don't know. Costs would remain fixed to the cost of the new chip would be. Okay. So they are saying they have an increase of $1, I think.
Well, so they're replacing multiple chips.
Yeah, so they increase $1. Yeah, they increase $1 in the
so they'd save $2
and they save $2.50 if they sum everything. Okay, this idea was discussed with NCR. The thing is, they would have to have Sinclair agreeing to put the ROM inside another chip, which probably wasn't that easy. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
One thing I know is that one of the main reasons why I'm changing subject, but that interesting project about the Timex educational network that they were trying to sell to China, one of the reasons they could not do it was because Amstrad did not allow them to use the ROM as they wanted. So the ROM was always a problem to Timex, even though they did something different. The fact is, to have compatibility, they went back to the Sinclair ROM. So, and that became a bottleneck for their ambitions, probably. Okay. Okay, the addition of 2K times 8 RAM into this chip was considered, but does not look feasible because the result die size falls off the defect density yield curves. So we would like to recommend that Timex pursue this idea
by
taking further with NCR and other ROM manufacturers about pricing of such a chip. So they wanted to do a single computer in a chip.
Yeah. So this is the beginning of the SCLD for the 1500, probably for the 2000.
I think it's
early
not
January.
The beginning. I think that's what surprises me, but I don't think it's the beginning because they already have it. They already have the cost of it. So it's already an attempt to make something on top of it.
Okay.
Because they know the cost of it already. So at least they knew a lot about this.
Okay.
So they were talking with NCR. So the thing is, who the hell is signing this? So this goes to Lou Gailey. I think this is to John Howard. This is not from, is
that's
it?
From. Yeah, that's Dan Yoder and Tom Belpasso.
And Tom Belpasso. Okay. Yeah. So they were the ones driving this idea. Okay.
Yeah, this is their memo.
Okay. So it's the original of the memo. Then on the 6th of January, is it still 83?
Yep.
Should be.
Good Lord.
Should be. Let me
What's the
see
date
the
on
3.
this?
How do they write it? No,
83.
here it's better. Yeah, but it should be 3. It should be here. Okay, a complete product specification, a complete releasers.
Release. Oh.
Release.
Yeah, release.
Release. Okay.
Product.
Product specification is required by February 28 on the TS1500. Discuss with someone.
Denley? And I
Pat?
cannot make those out.
Pat Schum. Pat SCH something on a weekly basis.
On a weekly basis.
Okay. CC Bristol.
Whatever Bristol is, yeah.
Yep. Okay, then this one I don't get the date. Oh, something February? No, 16.
December.
No.
Looks like December 16th.
16?
December
Oh, okay.
16th. Yeah.
Okay. So probably 82.
Yeah.
But we are now seeing things that are out of context, I think. So action items per chart tonight, costing, breadboard, case no change. QUL. Quantity? No.
Don't know.
I don't know. Power requirements.
Yeah.
Now it's another different paper, 12 December 82.
A little earlier. Yeah.
Yes, 1000 CR, cost
Yeah.
reduction.
Yeah.
And 59. So in December 82, they were thinking about cost reduction of this computer, which eventually helped to go to the 1500. Because one of the reasons for them to do the 1500, if I remember well, was the problem with the RAM packs, because they had lots and lots of inventory of RAM packs. Okay, product specification, plastic metallization.
Yeah.
Bill. EMI project performance, ROM options, 2K plus 16K or 16K plus 16K. Circuit schematics, case, keyboard.
No fins. Huh.
Improved keyboard on the 1500. Display black on white. Oh, yeah. White on black. They were planning to change.
Thinking about inverting it, yeah.
Yeah, would make sense. System software.
Yeah.
Scott McCourt. PCB logic layout, John needs.
I think that's a V. QVL.
QVL. Quality.
Yeah.
Verification. I don't know. Okay, TS1500 ML with next 64 pin, same date. ULA gate array number 3. NCR standard 68 pin. Outstanding issues. Video output specification. Ferranti, probably Ferranti, I don't know. Ferranti. Monday night.
Resonator.
Resonator. Okay. Oscillator characteristics. Contact Mudata.
Yeah.
Monday night. PC option for double port oscillator. Define pad out for 68 pin package. Logic complete. cache. RAM CS complete. Breadboarding layout. Monday night.
And Spice.
One thing that I find interesting reading these documents after so many years is that, again, I think we have a very romantic idea about how things are done. We think about big plans, months of work, and we see a paper saying, I don't know which day of the week this was, but something like next Monday we have everything ready or we're screwed. Plastics. Costing. Okay, so who's responsible for cost analysis, for ordering prototype build,
that's Tonda
evaluation, documentation package? Again, no one from Portugal involved for now, which makes sense. They were, I think they started, the first employees were in April or May 82, so makes sense. They were not yet fully involved in this. They were probably just concerned with assembling things. And so it's what it is. This name Howard rings a bell. No,
not yet.
Okay, case no change. Modem
power specification.
One thing nice is that we are seeing a lot 1000 cost reduction, and not obviously 1500 cost reduction. And to me, cost reduction was associated with the 1500. Now it's changing, which obviously makes sense. What is
Oh,
this?
okay.
Shades
This is
of gray, white.
that's cool. Only for
Is
color.
it the no, no, it doesn't make sense.
This is
1 volt,
yeah,
zero
this is a
point
drawing
0.2.
of the composite video signal in it. NTSC. Actually, it's not
Now,
NTSC.
you know the what's the meaning of it, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's actually not NTSC because it's black and white, and NTSC is color.
Yeah, it's VHF. No, I was just remembering the joke about never the same color.
Exactly.
In the color signal on the shades of gray is added the signal that gives the phase rotation, thus define the color.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, black, white on the extremes, and then you have shades of gray in the middle. Okay,
yeah.
NTSC signal, here it is. Black and white screen.
Darker on black. Okay.
Okay. So yellow, it makes sense. Okay, blue is darker. Okay.
Yeah.
Then this is the drilling. This is drilling of the PCB. No,
I don't.
plus 5 volts here. This
Yeah.
is
Well,
strange.
so the outline, the box outline,
I can take this one.
is probably the SCLD, and then my suspicion is that these are the circuit traces. The holes are probably vias, so that they go from the one from the top to the bottom of the
Yep.
circuit board.
Okay.
It makes sense to bury a bunch of vias under the SCLD.
Okay. So we're going back
And back in time.
November now.
Okay.
Then Yoder, Simon and Skip, logic, distribution to this gentleman.
Yeah.
Based on our conversation with Bill Skirm, the following changes need to be made. Channel selection made at power up, default is channel 2 to select 3, depress the shift and 3 keys, okay?
Okay.
Turning depression of space and dot key simultaneously selects tuning mode. The tuning mode cycles output through 16 discrete steps at 2 Hz rate. Okay.
Anytime after power up. I wonder if that's still the case.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about this. Okay, then we have something that was handwritten or probably was from the page on top. No, it seems to be handwritten. So regarding the channel select feature, an alternative method is to depress the 3 key alone without the shift. After power up, note that the first key pressed, probably, any key
Ignored by
press
the
will
computer.
be ignored by the computer due to the logic in the ULA. After
first key press, normal operation computer
resumes. Okay. So the first key is special and it
Yeah.
doesn't require the shift. I think this is what ended up.
I think it's what ended up. Yeah, just press the 3.
So now we are on 6th of December.
Yeah.
Will Gailey, phone call, weekly computer review meeting, action items, feel right.
Feel right.
Okay. Fast turnaround of initial samples of new grounding strap.
Oh,
check
okay.
something new edge connector for RAM pack and make sure it is all released. In order to support RFI testing of printer,
yep,
we need 2 TS1000 with some grounding and tape.
Coordinate with Skirm.
Coordinate, okay, with Skirm. Yep. Then Tom Belpasso. Latest cost estimate of the full 1500, including bill of materials, needs to know how that impacts.
Yeah. The TS1000 cost-wise.
Marketing is renaming new TS1000 the TS1000CR. Oh, nice. Assume we are aiming for 64-pin. This is nice. So they didn't know if they were going for a 64-pin gate array or 68, which was the standard from what they wrote above.
Yeah.
And so assume we are aiming for 64-pin neck, but no decision yet. Let him know if it is impacting schedules. Let him, probably Tom Belpass.
Yeah.
Okay, then Yoder. Skirm will define requirements for dock. Some docking station, probably.
That's that thing that plugged into the back where you put cartridges in.
But in the 1000?
1500.
Oh,
it was. I mean, it came out as the 1510. Maybe could have been intended for initially for the 1000 or the
Yeah.
1000 CR.
Okay. Okay. Can we get bank switching into
I don't know what that
something
is.
5?
Something
Elevated to
squared
3. It's 3 on top.
or cubed, rather. Yeah.
Q, yes. S3. Semester 3? No, semester 3 doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Joystick, video commands. Same number, which is either
Oh,
a
yeah.
5 or
Okay.
an
That's
S.
interesting. That's very cool. Um, so the Timex, I think it's called the 2090 joystick.
Yeah, the
It's this
command
handle,
stick.
right? And it's got this little crazy thing on top, right?
Yeah.
Zircon,
Is the
uh,
company that does the original, I think.
yeah, but they actually took over, bought whatever. It was the Fairchild Channel F joystick originally. And
Okay.
then, Fairchild got out of the video game industry. Zircon at least took over the joystick and was selling it as their own.
Okay.
And so Timex, that's really cool. I mean,
License it. Okay.
wow.
I think the 2090 is compatible with this line of computers because I thought it was for the 2068, but I was
It's
not
just a
sure.
it's just a 9-pin Atari compatible joystick.
Okay.
Yeah.
9-pin connector. This is the
Yeah.
address. Okay. Setup meeting with
Fujitsu.
Fujitsu include Lenny and Francois. Okay. Danny, printer. Okay.
Jerry. Okay.
Jerry, sorry. Printer. Only 24 are coming 12/7, 7
Hmm.
of December. Contact. No, it's not Bentley, but something like
I think it's Denley.
Denley.
I
Okay.
think we saw Denley somewhere else.
Okay. Directly to coordinate printer testing. Get same units for functional. No.
Functional testing in CP.
But if it's functional, it's not written well.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
somebody's got terrible
but
handwriting.
yeah, in CP. Okay. John will appoint a manager for CP by 15th of December. Okay. NCR, Bill Robson. We can try to call him.
Yeah,
Pin
yeah.
description of extra pins use 68 pins. Now the thing about 68 pins, timing
Yeah.
spec, test part, and unused pins, array device, 11:30 Thursday. Okay, and this one ends here. So lots of things that are mixed up. And this is something I'll need to dedicate a lot of time to clean up, but it's what it is. It's a starting point.
Yeah.
And so we are on the second document. Okay. Okay, telex from so Dundee and Portugal from Tony Gomes. So it's from Portugal, I think, to
Okay.
Dundee. I think this is what it
Yep, that's
means.
Timex Dundee to
Yeah.
Timex Portugal.
But then we have names here which we associate with US. I think DeVito, Eckhart. We saw these names before.
Yeah.
And okay, Pedro Esteves, Álvaro Oliveira, and this name I saw him before, but I don't remember what he did. Okay, so we are on beginning of April, and we
Yeah.
are clarifying responsibilities. This is good. Okay, my comments as follows: test equipment responsibility for TS1500 remains with J. Curtis. Through the Eckhart, Portugal have been working developing production test equipment required, isto é, short and open test, super K test, and final test.
Mm-hmm.
Concerning incoming test equipment, we are only considering tester for NCR chip, which will be developed after specific information of the chip being received. Other incoming tests for components will require the same type of equipment being used for component qualification, and such equipment is not available in Portugal. I'm trying to remember, but I don't remember if I used it or not. As you know, we have the equipment for testing of the 1000 and 1500 they did. And then we had the one for the Spectrum. The one for the Spectrum is not for the Spectrum, it's for the 2048.
Mm-hmm.
So it tests the ULA. I don't know if the one for the 1000 tests anything specific from the gate array. So I'm curious now. I need to fire it up and test it. Okay. On Middlebury quality control testing equipment, I have no knowledge about what specifically will be required. Therefore, suggest you discuss with quality control test equipment responsible in Middlebury. Assembly equipment tooling is being analyzed locally and is mainly covered by production test equipment referred on item 1 above. Other minor small tooling will be concluded through pilot stage of the program. Okay.
Very cool.
So they were trying to say, okay, what they do, what are their responsibilities.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, this Dundee here. Unless these guys are not from US. I thought they were, but...
Well, maybe DeVito is in Dundee because we know Isaacs is with that testing firm. I don't know who Curtis or Eckhart are yet.
But Isaacs was the name, Jack Isaacs, was the name of the company, not the person, I thought.
Yeah.
Or then it was written the other way around.
No, that's right. I mean, it was probably Jack had his own consulting company.
Okay, so it is. Next. Another telex from 13 of April. So the other one was beginning of April. This one is 13. MDPG, okay. De Vito, Belpass, Paternoster, Schiff.
Yeah.
Álvaro Oliveira, Pedro Esteves, so same people. Okay, visit to Portugal, TS1500. This confirmed reservation made and confirmed Hotel do Mar, which is the name of an hotel in Sesimbra, which is a region in the south of Lisbon. Suggest you take taxi from the airport to the hotel. Cost will be around this. We'll provide to have someone at the hotel on the morning of 16 to bring you to the plant. So we are on April, and so this is on April, and they're coming
16.
on beginning of May here.
Yeah.
Pickup time will be this. It's like the launch was a completely separate thing from the computer. It's like, who cares about the launch? Okay, we'll eventually find a way to.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. You guys announce it. We'll find a way to deliver it. So this is from Tony Gomes to this guy. So I know that Vitor Schiff came to Portugal. I remember seeing other documents about it. So some of this would be coming to Portugal. You spoke to Kim in the past, right? Do you know if she came? You never asked.
No, I'm not talking to her.
Oh, okay.
But I know who that is.
Okay, very well. Let's move. Engineering release order. TS1500 marketing design guide.
Marketing
Sheet
design
1
guide.
of 1. Some kind of part number.
Yeah.
Prepared by, I don't have the slightest idea.
Yep, not a clue there. April 14th.
I don't know. Initial issue,
Yeah.
April, De Vito. So as the name of De Vito needed to see this.
Yeah.
This is his name is written here.
Yeah.
Another signature. And 13th of April, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. What we have here? Initial issue. Can't recognize the names.
People could have been doctors.
Bill something. B something.
Yeah, that's impossible to tell.
Starts with a B. Okay. Marketing design guide. Scope, market opportunity. I like these documents, man.
Yeah.
They position the computer. Product concept, product description, options, compatibility. Okay. Perhaps we have here the explanation why they think the 1500 is a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
What hopes?
The requirements herein define the 1500 personal computer product. Market opportunity. Okay. The Timex market opportunity has been validated by market research and the actual sales of the 1000.
Oh, really?
Market segment to be addressed by the product is the extreme low cost first computer market. I like this name, first computer.
Okay.
With price points of 99 and below. This market is further segment as follows. Home. Mass market consumer who is the purchase maker or the purchase influencer. The majority, 70% of the purchasers, users fall in the 12 to 34 age group, with over 34 being the largest secondary user group. Nice. I thought they would be older. Okay, males are by far the largest group, but females are entering the market quickly. Computer literacy and learning to program across all age groups.
Yeah.
Next is personal entertainment, and the youngers like it more. General household use is very close to entertainment, but with an opposite age shift. Home education and business use are of equal demand and only slightly below entertainment household use. This market shows every requirement for additional RAM capability and easy to use keyboard. It's nice because I really think that Timex vision was pretty much aligned with Clive Sinclair vision, but not with what the Spectrum ended up being.
Yeah.
So the fact that in Europe the Spectrum was mainly a gaming machine, and that's what made it successful, I think it's totally different. And we see that by the interests of our friends that we have meetings with nowadays, the amount of software that was launched by Timex, many of it falling in these categories, and
Yeah.
not that much attention giving to the entertainment one.
Well, and
It's interesting.
Danny Ross,
Yeah.
was a real firm believer in the education market, the both the home and, like it says here, institutional.
Okay, I think I have something to share with you. I hope I won't say anything wrong, but do you remember we had so I'm opening brackets here to talk about another thing. Do you remember the session we had? I think I was on that session where someone mentioned the fact they ported CPM to the 2068 American one in a cartridge.
Well,
Someone,
Lon Hildreth was working on that.
yeah, he mentioned that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I suspect we have the cartridge.
Oh my gosh.
I suspect. I know we found the cartridge saying CPM.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just not sure if the contents were there or just
Yeah.
the outside of it. But then we also have many boards without the case. So
Okay.
let's have fingers crossed.
Yeah, yeah.
Something may come up from Luís Bandeira, because I was just
Wow.
remembering. I don't know why I remember now about CPM. What was that I was reading here? I saw something that reminded me about CPM, and I remember that. So that's something very very new. So
Yeah.
let's see in the coming
Wow.
episodes what we can say about that. Okay, going back. So they had segments. So one was the home, the
Yep.
mass market consumer, and the second one was the institutional education.
Well, and I can tell you a little bit about this. So,
Yeah, yeah.
because I was in the young age group at the time. I think I was what year is this? 83, 82. I was 14 or something.
Okay.
Um, and schools, as it says there, that the school systems were under a lot of pressure to implement computer education programs. That is entirely correct. And I went to several different school systems. Um, one of the schools that I went to, we had, a computer lab, and it was full of Tandy TRS-80 Model
ERS. Yeah.
3s, right? There was another school in the same system that had a lab full of all of these weird, one-offs that had probably been donated or something. Um, Apple had done a lot of effort and had been really successful, marketing themselves as an education, computer for education, computer to, have in schools. The problem was that, an Apple was, I don't know, $1,200 at the time, and then you had to buy the disk drives, and so per seat, it was really expensive for a
Expensive.
school
Yeah.
system, right?
Yeah.
And what they're talking about here is, basically a $99 per seat cost. And when they're doing this thinking and they're putting this memo together, makes all kinds of sense. They're like, yeah, we can go in and we get in there and we can sell a skajillion of these to school systems.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
didn't.
makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. They didn't, but okay. Did you have any program, not software program in terms of incentive like the Brits had with the BBC Micro, and
No.
we had a few years ago in Portugal with another computer, but
So right, because you have a national sort of, or England has a
national.
nationalized education system,
Yes, we do in
and
Portugal. We do.
and
Yeah,
in the US it is uh
fragmented, complete.
it's like it's at the city level.
Okay,
Sometimes there'll be a county level school system if the county is rural and there's not big
big city.
enough
Yeah.
villages or towns. But the vast majority of school systems in the US are, village, town, city.
Okay. And so there was never a vision to have something being adopted nationally or.
No. I mean, the
Okay.
Department of Education probably had, the federal Department of Education had incentives for schools, but not for
Okay.
people individually.
Okay. Very well. Okay. Then the third is international markets.
Yeah.
Look, this is nice because we after so many years we start forgetting about all these the local TV requirements, local power requirements, all these kind of things that in a globalized world are becoming less relevant, but they are very nice. And the fact is that they did what they could in all these computers to simplify this. So the fact that the gate array has the output in the NTSC and PAL and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Priorities: language English, NTSC, then French, second, then German, which covers most of Europe, then Spanish. Oh, that's because the Spanish forced the computers that were sold there to be localized.
Okay.
So you had to change that. Okay, then in terms of power supply, in Europe is more or less the same, just the plug is different. Okay, competitive consideration. Texas Instruments, strongest competitor in this extremely low price.
Oh, yeah. That 99.2 never
99.2.
came out.
The two, yeah, I have a 99.4A or
4.
something.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
2 never came out. But yeah, so that was the 2 was TI's attempt to enter that market that, Sinclair and Timex created, that sub $200 market, which became the sub $100 market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
very well. So clearly a low-cost computer, no doubt about that, but with several segments. Then the product concept. Absolute best value, first full function black and white computer for anybody to own, but with the ability to expand to significant computer power as the ability of the user grows. I don't think we can convince any teenager nowadays of this sentence, but okay. Okay, literacy, problems, keyboard, no movement.
Too small. Yeah. Yeah, all those things.
Okay.
They got hammered in the press for all those things.
Yeah. Data storage, data entry, no cartridge. Okay. Shall provide full compatibility with all TS1000. All changes necessary to provide solid state software cartridges shall be implemented. Okay.
So that's the 1510 they're describing in 4.1.
Yeah. The physical interface for cassette in-out will be improved to permit use of home quality audio cassette recorders with zero level loading and saving problems.
Yeah, we saw something about that in the last
it's
episode.
and eventually, and that's the part I don't know. I don't know when we'll find it, but eventually all of that will take us to this.
Yeah.
To the improved mechanism that Rui Morgado did. They called it here Timex Sinclair 1045, but this is just it's not a mock-up. It's a box made in the tool room, and the interface is here, and we have the technical specs of it also. But I think this was clearly done to try to solve this. I don't know why the headquarters Middlebury didn't want to use it. That part I was never told. Probably we'll find something written here about it. But I know it was presented in US. So TV channel selection switch shall be a software control function. So you can remove it. Okay.
Yep.
Some less cents of a dollar. The TV interface shall be improved to allow operation with all home TVs, including the new solid state Turner models. I don't know what this is.
TVs in the early 80s.
So it's the ones that memorize the.
Well, no, you had this knob that you turned, right? And inside the TV was this large capacitor, air gap capacitor thing that did the tuning. And with the solid state tuners, it got rid of that giant capacitor thing and did it with solid state parts. But they had a hard time working with the 1000 just because of the quality of the video signal coming out of the 1000.
It's not that good,
Yeah.
It's impossible nowadays to use any modern TV because the tuners are not
Yeah.
as good as they were. Okay, the keyboard shall be a 40 key moving key QWERTY keyboard. Nomenclature on the
Okay.
keyboard will be identical. Any report? When was this from?
Uh,
April. This was not very old, right?
I
Let
think
me
it's at
just.
April. Yeah. Yeah. Because we're in April.
Yeah, we are in April, and the document first page. No date. Come on.
Oh,
Oh, there
go
we
one
can
one
see
more page.
something. Yeah, but it's April. It's a
4/7 looks like.
7 of April. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was trying to understand if they knew already that the 1500 would be the, let's say, Portuguese version, but the thing with the rubber key or not. I don't think they are never saying it will be with a rubber key, so probably they were not sure about that. Okay, where were we here? Any reported problems with the operating system should be corrected and any performance improvement possible incorporate. This is the kind of requirements that engineers like. Very broad. Okay, options. The following options are presently available. Okay, 32K
Well,
of memory.
yeah,
The
the modem
printer
wasn't available,
existed.
but yeah,
Okay, it was not available in
the
this
modem.
month.
No, the modem didn't come out at that
When
time.
was it released? Do you know? I don't know.
The modem, the modem actually never came out.
Okay.
Uh, it was gonna come out, but then Timex left the market, and
Okay. So 84.
a few came out. It became the 2050 modem, and what happened was Westridge, the people who manufactured it, released it.
They sold.
Yep.
Yeah. We got the second unit recently of the modem.
Hmm.
And we should one of these days either invite or talk with Bruno, because he was the one giving it to me, and I know that some of the things he had were from people from Timex USA
Oh, cool.
also, because he kind of did this kind of work we're doing. He tried to do it in the past
He
also.
did, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
he did a lot of work.
so some of the things he now gave to me were coming from his contact. So I don't. I think it came from some. I think what I was told, because I was not with him this time when he came to Portugal. A friend of mine went there to get the things, but it was from some vice president of Timex. I need to ask who was it.
Okay.
But so we got a second unit of the modem, this time in a box with everything.
Mm,
So it's really nice with the label Timex Sinclair, not the Westridge
yeah.
label. So yeah, so they
Yeah, that makes
existed, but
sense.
they're very. I never saw one being sold. So yeah. Okay. Consideration on the following anticipated options: stringy floppy.
Yeah.
Here they come again.
Yeah, here we go again.
Okay. Floppy disk, a true random access capability of up to 500k bytes of storage.
Hmm.
Okay. I don't think there were any floppies at
Never
this
happened.
stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. RS232, RS232, the serial interface, they came up with it. I don't know when, but we have a few samples of it with different boxes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Joystick plus fire button joystick connected via an Atari Type T connector, so probably the 2090.
Yep.
The 80 column near letter quality printer required support on Word. So this is the what eventually became the 2080 in Portugal, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a Seikosha 1000.
Was promised to us as the 2080 as well in the
Yeah,
US,
but I think the photos we see of the let's say the US
yeah.
20, I think it's TS 2080, which is different from the TC 2080.
Hmm.
The TC 2080 is clearly a Seikosha 1000 AS, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that model. The other one in the website from my friend João Encarnado, Johnny
Yep.
Red, as he sometimes signs, there was a picture of the, let's say, the TS version, and it's slightly different. It should be a Seikosha. I don't know which one, but we can check that. But so yeah, now we, as I think I told you in the last episode, we got a prototype of another one they call 3080, I think. So it was a printer. It's a Seikosha. They were adapting it to the line of the line of the computers that starts with a 3, so 3 to
Oh, right.
55
Okay.
Timex terminal 3000.
Yeah.
So it's the new generation they were doing,
Okay. That makes sense.
which in the beginning, the Timex computer 3256 that was never launched with 256, sorry, I'm getting dyslexic, case of memory. That computer in the very beginning was called the 2256. We have a document with that name. And then I asked this and they confirmed they decided to change it to a line to the number 3 in the beginning to give a new generation kind of idea.
Yeah.
So that's something that I have documents showing.
Neat.
Okay. Otherwise important options will be identified from time to time that will connect the rear edge connector, compatibility requirements.
Yeah. All right.
Cost reduction and the TS2000.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the RAM pack wouldn't be supported here. The printer, yes, with a plastic door to cover probably it's what they use in the 2068.
Yeah, the little expansion cover. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an expansion cover that normally falls. And they don't make any comment on the Spectrum. Modem 1 and Modem 2. There was a second modem.
Well, you know what? Maybe modem 1 was the 1050. And, it was anticipated that they'd make a separate modem for the 2000.
Okay. Stringy drive. This never exists, right?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, they had hardware from Spectrum, or from Sinclair rather, that Lon was using to develop CPM for the for the 2000 basically.
Okay.
And he had some micro drives. He took he took the 2000 and a micro drives and etc. out to digital research in California for a couple days to get some help from them.
Do you want to know how many boxes I have in the museum now from digital research? It's impressive. So because it's one thing it's very interesting is that we think about Microsoft, Apple, digital, IBM, and then you start seeing what was happening, and you see that Timex, among others for sure, were working closely with all of them. For example, when the Tenet project fails in China, they turn to Microsoft, and there is communication with Microsoft for them to evaluate an alternative to not depend on probably on the ROM from Amstrad or whatever. So the fact is, there's a document saying, as we can't do this with Amstrad, let's find other alternatives. So what I mean is, boxes of Luis Bandeira was telling me that CPM was called DOS Plus or something like that. I don't know if this is correct or not.
Digital, they had CPM, and then when MS-DOS came out, they came out with their own version called DR-DOS.
Yeah, I remember DR-DOS, but I have many boxes saying something like DOS Plus or something like that. I can check.
Maybe that was an early name.
Luis was telling me, this is the CPM from digital. I was having doubts, to be honest, but because after 40 years, it's normal that you look at one box and you mix them up, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is, they had so many things from digital, all those big boxes, very nice, gray. So we have several of them. I need to compare what we really have there, but there's plenty of those things that came from Timex Portugal to the museum.
Yeah.
Okay, RAM pack, bus expansion unit, then cigar RAM pack. I don't have the slightest idea what this is.
Well, I might have an idea of what that means. I have this thing, and it's a 16K RAM pack. It's the width of the 1000.
Okay.
And
it's
not
the memo pack something.
Similar in shape, except it's a Timex. It's made it's clearly a prototype, and it's kind of suffering its age. So it's about the same height as a memo pack one, instead of being really tall. And its top is kind of rounded like a cigar tube.
Okay.
So that may be what this is referring to. I'll dig that thing out and show you.
Nice. Cassette tape, TS1000 software base tape, base stringy, base S cube again.
There's that S3. Oh, so S3 is a thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's some storage. Oh, nothing supports this.
Yeah, right. Nothing. No expected.
But then there would be
The
one for the 1500
1500
and one
and
for the Spectrum.
basic and
Basic
data
and data
files and
files and
sound
sound.
only. What
S3.
could an S? Well, tape and stringy have the same qualifications. I wonder what an S3 could be. Hopefully, we'll come across something that
Yeah.
defines that.
Some other type of storage.
Yeah.
Oh, this is January. This
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
page. So it was
Mixed in.
inserted here, but this was written before. This
Yeah.
was written in
Okay.
30th of January. Okay, then it goes on. Let me just see the numbering. So it jumps from 8. They inserted
This is 8A.
Yeah, and then 9. Yeah, page 8A. Yeah, right. Man, I was trying to see the name again. Al Kim? No.
Oh, I think that's Lou Gailey.
I thought so.
Because it looked
Okay,
like I saw one earlier on an
could
earlier
be,
page, and it looked more like
could
his.
be,
Yeah, that's a
could
G.
be.
That's
Yeah, could
that's
be.
Lou Gailey.
Okay. Appearance design. Let's see this. Okay, the product shall be designed with the full cooperation and advice of the appearance design group to assure a number of objectives as follows. The TS shall utilize the ZX Spectrum type case with appearance change as identified by the appearance design group. Okay, nice.
Interesting.
We need something from these guys. Consumer acceptance in terms of both human factors and pride of ownership of high technology consumer electronic product. Nice. Consistency of product appearance within a product line between the main computer, available peripherals, related software packaging, and related promotional material.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency of appearance across product lines. Medical field products. Yeah.
Yeah, the heart monitor, blood pressure stuff.
Yeah. That a clear-cut statement about the product be made reflecting its perceived consumer benefits, assets, its perceived value within the computer line, its preferences.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I would love to have this documentation from those guys. Suggested retail price objectives. Appendix A details retail price. In all cases, pricing is target to entry and penetration of the markets discussed here. Pricing additionally reflects support for Timex wide range distributor return network.
Yeah.
As such, all considerations given to a proactive rather than reactive stance toward reaching out. Okay.
Yeah.
Software overview. In addition to the moving key keyboard and friendly peripheral interconnection, software is the key. Yep.
Yep. And as we covered in prior meetings, that moving keyboard thing that clearly came from Portugal, because their first concept was, well, let's just throw 16K in a 1000 case.
Probably because of what we are seeing here, probably they were thinking we need to do something different. We just don't know what. Because the fact is, so in this document, although it's signed from April, they were saying we need a moving key. So either this is happening because 2 weeks before the guys from Portugal showed it and they liked it, or it's happening because they said we have this requirement and the guys in Portugal thought they had a good idea to solve it. I don't know.
Yeah. I really think that Portugal influenced this.
Yeah, but probably the PCB could have been the size of the 1000, but I don't think they wanted to keep that keyboard from what they're writing here. Yeah. Okay, base operating system. Change required here. Focus on support for the following. New language in a cartridge.
Okay.
An application in the high-level language. Use of machine coded application design. Let me make you another question, and it's another side thing. Do you know that they were playing a lot with, at least in Portugal, after a few years, with compilers for Pascal, C, in the Timex line of computers? Because we have those packages now. They were from iSoft or something like that. We have the packages.
Yeah.
And they were working closely to introduce them, to incentivize the buying of them, but they were pushing a lot for it.
And here, HiSoft Pascal was available for the 2068, and HiSoft's basic compiler was sold here by a company from Canada.
Okay.
It was called TI Machine, TI Machine.
Okay.
And those were the two main compilers.
Okay.
There's a
I think
guy
they
up
had
in
Fortran also, or
no.
Cabal. I don't remember.
Well, I
No?
mean, if I've never seen it available. Those are the two
Well,
that I've seen available.
I can easily check what they gave to us. That doesn't mean that they did anything with it, but they were looking at it for
Yeah.
sure. Pascal and C, I'm sure right away, and I
Yeah,
know
high
there was
soft
a
had a
third
C.
one. There
Mhm.
was a third one,
Yeah.
and I know it was a language I recognize at least the name. So I don't know if it was COBOL or Fortran.
High
I
soft
don't
had a number of compilers for the Spectrum.
know. Okay, okay, we'll have time to see that. Okay, what else? Languages. Basic in standard product memory architecture to support new language via language ROM, solid state software cartridge apply language needs. Prime candidate is logo.
Yep.
The logo was very, there
I
was a
figured that
hype
that was going to be
with
the
it.
case.
Yeah. Application software in support of the market discussed. More than 150 software titles are currently proposed, and a proper mix of titles will be available concurrently with this. Sourcing is via Timex resource, third-party publishing, and third-party cottage industry in both US and UK. I would love to have that list here. Okay, qualification. US FCC, Class B.
Yeah.
Underwriter laboratories approval shall be obtained for all power transformers required in product and peripherals in accordance. Okay. International market regulatory bodies to known requirements now include, but are not necessarily limited to, Canada and West Germany.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, we saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And West Germany was still a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the wall was what, 86, 80 something.
Yeah, it was in the 80s.
Mid 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
Product development shall continue necessary definition if only by running. Okay. Okay. Timex quality assurance. Products shall be designed to withstand the tests imposed by the SSP quality assurance group or other chartered groups. Okay. The repair return rate shall be a maximum of 3% of issued product in accordance. Okay. Now, pricing forecast.
Yeah.
Cost reduction version.
To me, the hilarious part here is that
Is the TS2000.
It projects out to 2000 to 1985. Yeah, and that they were going to come out with the 2000 in 83.
They're clear. I don't get it. Yeah, they're clear. Flat TV. Yeah, with the flat TV integrated.
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly copying the Spectrum. The ZX Spectrum here.
Yeah, yeah. And if they had done that, then they could have possibly met those time frames.
Yeah. Okay, 1016 RAM pack, new style, cost reduction. I know they were trying to avoid because the RAM pack from Timex, it has it's a 2 PCB.
Yep.
With a
ribbon connector.
flexible ribbon connector. Yep. And I have one that I have one at home that says single. There's a sticker saying single board version. But when you open it, what is inside is a ZX81 RAM pack. So they were copying it or something like that. Well, they produced it, so they know how it was done. But
yeah,
I think they were doing something like that. So telecommunication device sale date on June 83 and the new one on October.
Yeah, so clearly two different devices.
Yeah. So they launched in 83 the TS2068 and the 1500. So clearly the 1500 was an entry market device.
Yep.
To start at the same time. Okay.
And look at the voice synthesis 2000/3000. They're already thinking into that next line.
Yep. Disk drive, 230K bytes.
Lowering expectations.
Yeah. Well, but it didn't end up. It ended up a little bit bigger, but not that much, right? A floppy disk from the ones they did, so it's double-sided.
Yeah.
But it's 160 or something on each side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's 320, something like that. Cartridge. Low, non-obtrusive pricing. Okay.
Hmm.
Now the software. Oh,
Oh yeah.
we need to analyze this together with the list of software that was launched to see.
Freezer inventory.
You put the computer on the kitchen and kitchen helpers. It's a section.
Family medical
Man.
guide. Microwave cooking.
Was there microwaves at home back then?
Yeah, microwaves are new. People were buying them, but
care.
a cassette about that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
Yard improvement. This one. Bible study.
Yeah.
Second phase to include speech response capability.
Okay.
One thing interesting is that, I don't know if I told you this before, probably I did. So we have my reference in terms of software that was launched is the one that is in the Timex Computer World website from Johnny Red. So it has a list of things that were launched. Some of them it says planned or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, in the paperworks of Professor Álvaro Oliveira, we found the booklet of some of the things that were not launched, supposedly.
Okay.
So there was even the booklets for some of them, at least one or two. I remember I was very surprised when I saw it.
Well, I talked to a guy quite a while back who had sold some software to Timex. It was going to be released, right? And then when Timex closed down, he reached out to someone who had worked at Timex in part of that licensing area, and she worked with a lot of folks in a similar situation to allow so that they can get their software back and they can release it themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that
some of the titles that were going inside Timex portfolio could have been released elsewhere.
Yep.
By the guys. Okay, nice. Okay, lots of things in many categories.
Yeah.
Music.
I don't know how we would do an ear trainer on a device that has no audio output, but okay.
With a lot of imagination. Engineering, physical, electronics, the VU 3D, recreation games, backgammon, chess, Salvo, I don't know this one.
Vulture shoot. Okay.
Angry Horse and sequel. Okay. Casino, action games.
This
is the cartridges, I think. Eventually they launched all of these. Oh,
yeah.
Frogger is from Sega?
Yeah. Originally it's from Sega, but the conversion was done by other folks.
Okay. Nice. Many more. Appendix A. Okay.
Wow.
Fill out the form.
Basic post processor and fourth. Interesting.
Fourth.
So yeah, I'm curious how you would run MS-DOS on a device that is not 16-bit.
I don't know. But wait. Oh yeah, MS-DOS, not Microsoft Basic. I was thinking about the systems that run Basic from Microsoft, but yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Promotional and demo materials, tic-tac-toe. Shall we play a game, Professor? Professor Falcon. Okay. So we are not even in the middle. Let's just see what is the next one and decide if we want to go through it or not. This is small. Chilled RF.
Yeah.
Material change. Material aluminium, finish natural, change 2, tin plate, type 1 class A.
Okay.
Belpasso is the name written here.
I wonder. Does it say
DeVito? Tony DeVito.
Tony DeVito. Okay.
And 15th of April. So related to the certification.
Probably
something they change.
Yeah.
Timex Cupertino. Oh, from California.
Yeah, so maybe Belpasso was out in Cupertino.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Do you want to see any other?
Well, I have a hard stop.
Okay, so let's stop here
Yeah, we
and then
covered
we go on.
we covered a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I can see that we have more interesting stuff to go.
The thing I really like those marketing materials because they
Me too.
give you a view of the positioning, because the obviously the technical specs are important, are fundamental,
Mhm.
but in the end at least you know how the product ended up, because
Yeah,
you can look at it. The marketing gives you a view of how you are trying to position your product, so I like that part a lot. Probably one day we need to talk with Danny Ross again after we have read all of this and try to get some more information.
yeah,
So yeah, we have
very
another
cool.
one done.
Very cool. Yeah, we should probably pull in some of the Timex folks if we can get them.
Yeah.
Especially Danny and perhaps Margot Murphy, whose
Okay.
name we've seen elsewhere, to talk about some of that marketing aspects and having
Yeah,
these documents would.
we can try to compile the most interesting things and do one
Yeah,
episode just with them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, cool. Well,
Very
Joao,
well.
it's been fun.
Yeah. That's all for today.
Thank you, and see you next time.
Bye.